Hey guys, what's happening? I wanted to give you a quick little update here to the Aces breakaway video that came out a couple days ago, the one in remembrance of Carl. Um, I've been getting a lot of questions on that video. What's going to happen to the arcade? Is it going to close? Are we still going to be able to film there? So there's a lot of questions. So I just wanted to make an update video instead of just trying to answer everybody individually on there. As far as I know right now, it's business as usual at the arcades because Carl guys was the head of it, but he had a team of people working underneath him that kept the arcades and the business going. There was the maintenance guy, the collections guy, the people that worked the counters, people restocking the prizes. So there was a team of people working to keep the arcades going, as they were. And Carl just oversaw that because he was, the owner. Like any business, basically, you have the owner and then you have the employees underneath. So as far as I know right now, it's business as usual. The arcades should stay open, should remain open. None of that should change. The team of people that were working it are still working it. It's just obviously a sad time, right? Excuse me, a sad time right now, and I mean we're definitely a lot of us are devastated. Those of us that knew Carl and his family and everything. It's definitely not an easy time for them. So again, if you guys are in the Pittsburgh area, please go patronize those businesses. Their Aces locations. The ones that I know of, I can tell you right now. There's one at Beaver Valley Mall in Monaca, 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 Pennsylvania. It's right next to the Rural King inside the mall. Planet Fitness is right there too. So if you're at that mall, you can find it real easily right there. So that's one location. Another one is Clearview Mall, and that is in Butler, Pennsylvania. Very easy to find. It's right next to the Texas Roadhouse there. So you go inside the mall where Altmeier's Western Wear is, and literally right next to Texas Roadhouse inside of there is the Aces there on the corner. You'll see it. It's very easy to spot. Right in the center of the mall, actually. So that's two locations. There's one in Robinson Mall. Now that one is an unmanned location. It is just a couple of pinball machines, a couple arcade games, a couple of claw machines, and a couple of redemption games like Keymaster, Stacker, Barber Cut. So a couple of those games there. Again, that's an unmanned location. There's no counter. There's no prizes to redeem for. There's no tickets or anything to be won there. That one is in the upper level of the mall, and it is the right near the center. I think right up if you're overlooking the food court. Well, I don't know if it's technically a food court, but the center of the mall. There's like a Starbucks at the bottom of the escalators. At the top of the escalators is Aces right there. So that's Robinson Mall. That is in Robinson, Pennsylvania, not too far from Pittsburgh International Airport. So that one's easy to find too. The next location is a little bit more difficult. It's on Smithfield Street in downtown Pittsburgh. It's in the 400 block, I believe, of Smithfield Street. I think the address is like 450 or 452, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I know it's in the 400 block of Smithfield Street. It's a little harder to find. There's not a lot of parking there. There is a parking garage across the street. You can go park there and pay and everything, and then there's pay parking on the streets right there. But be careful, don't park between 4 and 6 p.m. downtown because you will get ticketed. Ask me how I know. But that one's a small one. They have a couple of arcade games. They have one claw machine, two claw machines. They have a ticket one and a prize one. They have a stacker. They have a couple of ticket games, and then they have a couple of coin pushers. And the other locations, except for Robinson, Beaver Valley and Clearview do have coin pushers as well as a couple of redemption games there too. Smithfield Street is more focused for the people that work at the businesses in downtown Pittsburgh to come just have some fun. So more arcade-ish type games and a ton of pinball games there. I think they have like 15 pinball games there. There's a lot. But it's a smaller location, and like I said, that one's a little bit more difficult to find because it's literally in downtown Pittsburgh and within the city. So there's that one, and then the other one that I know of at this time of the recording of this video is Monroeville Mall, and that is in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, and it is just off of US Business 22 in that area. If you go to the mall, it's on the lower level and it's just outside of Macy's. So if you actually go to Macy's, if you drive around the mall and you see Macy's, when you're facing Macy's directly, like when you're looking right at it, so like let's say this wall is Macy's, when you're looking at it, it's going to be on the left side, lower level, there's going to be an entrance. Go inside that entrance. There's not a lot of parking right there. I think it's right behind the Firestone, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the Firestone. There's an upper level and a lower level entrance right there. Go to the lower level entrance, and literally as you walk in and walk right down the hall, and right on the left is the Aces there. Now that one is a bigger location. That's one of their biggest ones they have. And it does have the, they call it Zombieburg laser tag. And a couple people did ask to see that, asked how big it is. It's a decent size. It's big enough for what would be two teams of players to go in and, laser tag each other. But it's a nice, it's a very nice location. A lot of games there, a lot of ticket games, and probably their most popular game there is the Marvel Avengers Coin Pusher, which is by far the most popular game that any of the Aces has. And they do have a Kiss pinball machine there. They have a giant ticket claw. They have a couple older games like Slam a Winner and stuff. But yeah, that one's one of the bigger ones because it's probably in the busiest mall that's around the area, and they get a lot of traffic there. So it's a lot of fun. And but yeah, if you guys can, please go patronize one of the Aces Breakaway and Play locations around the Pittsburgh area. If you're anywhere local or even just semi-local, you're looking for something fun to do. So please go check them out, support them. But like I said, guys, answering some of the questions, it's just, it's going to be, as far as I know, business as usual. If I hear anything that they want me to let you guys know, I'm not an official spokesperson for them or anything. I'm not a ambassador for them, anything like that. I'm just telling you guys what I know from what I've heard. And like I said, it's, business as usual because of the team of people working for Carl. Next time I'm at the Monroeville location and Patty, who is Carl's sister, is there, I'm going to ask her if I can go in and film the laser tag arena so you guys can see it. That way you guys can get an idea of how big it is. But yeah, so if you guys could, please, like I said, just go support one of the businesses. Let's keep them going. And again, my condolences to the family of Carl. Great guy, will be missed. Brought us a great place to have some fun at. There were a couple other locations that he had that I used to play at. One of them was at Century 3 Mall in Pennsylvania, West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, but that mall has long since closed, and that location was long gone years ago. That mall was decrepit and run down 10 years ago, and that's when that location was still there, but they pulled that one out probably 8 or 9 years ago, I'd say at this point, from 2024, so probably closer to like 2015, I think they pulled that one out, or 16. I know that one was gone very early in my YouTube arcade career. So then there was one up in Erie, Pennsylvania, but unfortunately that one's gone too. It was in Mill Creek Mall, and unfortunately round one kind of put the kibosh on that one. Took all the business, unfortunately, for the arcade. And then there was one out in Niles, Ohio, I think it's called, and I think it was called the Westwood Mall. I'm trying to remember the name of that mall out there. I'm trying to do it without looking it up, I promise, guys. There was one in Niles, Ohio. Whatever that mall is called that's out there has a giant aquarium. If anyone lives out there, you know what I'm talking about. There was an Aces there, but again, talking to Carl and Patty about that, they just didn't have the foot traffic to warrant having a location. So they ended up closing that one too. The mall's still there, but the Aces location is gone. So they just shuffled games around, moved them to different, areas around Pittsburgh here. I think there's one down in Morgantown, but I've never been to it. But I'm pretty sure there's one down in West Virginia, and I gotta check to make sure for that. But I'm pretty sure there's one down there. I'll have to look, but I don't remember. But again, the ones I listed, guys: Beaver Valley Mall, Clearview Mall, Robinson Mall, Monroeville Mall, and downtown Pittsburgh. Those ones are guaranteed. They're gonna be there. Have some fun, and yeah, and maybe you never know, guys. Might run into me at playing at one of the arcades. So. But yeah, a lot of fun. And like I said, if you guys are local or even semi-local, please go support them. It would mean a lot to me as well to keep these arcades running and just give them the business. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any other questions that I'll try to answer. But I hope I hit all the ones that were the big points on that from that video. So I wanted to make sure that I hit those bullet points for you. But guys, thank you for watching. And like I said, if you have any other questions or comments, put them down below and I'll try to answer them. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later.